I should know this, and I believe I am 99.99% sure. But you guys are the same team behind the Casper Dash wallet. Everybody that's tuned in, I was gonna say the XFRONTIER, but this is the EggForce live stream. Like I said, we had some technical difficulties, so I appreciate everybody's patience. This is the EggForce team. One of the goals of my channel is to kind of give the platform to different projects that are building on Casper. I know a lot of the focus has been lately on enterprise adoption and what the enterprises are building, but there's a lot of cool things that are being built on the Casper public blockchain from some of these early projects. And I've noticed that the EggForce team has been very communicative with the community. I observe a lot of what happens in the Telegram, the Discord, and I see that they're always in there. And they're also in close talks with a lot of the folks over at the Casper Network. They held an AMA before with them. So I wanted to give them the opportunity to talk a little bit more about their project. I do have some questions for them. So if you guys have questions, drop them in the chat and we'll get to them. So great to have you guys. You guys want to do a brief introduction of yourselves?
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Melody. This is our project manager, Mr. Chipoint. We're from the EggForceNFT team.
For those out there that are watching that are maybe new to EggForce, new to Casper, can you just kind of summarize what the project is? By the way, guys, they're going to be showcasing a demo later on.
So EggForceNFT is an NFT project on Casper Network. A year ago, like Mr. Chipoint and the team here, they came up with the idea that building an NFT project. But at that time, I would say that we were in a bear market. It was really difficult to in the cryptocurrency industry, I guess. If we want to do something at that time, I believe that we have to do something different, especially NFT projects. So we came up with the idea that we want to redefine NFT. Redefine, it's quite like we talk big, but like basically it was like we want to build something more playable, more fun, and we would like to bring more utilities to the NFTs. Yeah, bring more profits to users. So that's where. So the next step, we have to research the appropriate blockchain to build at that time. And after like researching a lot about CP47 and CP78, we just realized that Casper Network, like their vision, their business model, the really ambitious project, it somehow is suitable for also our vision too. And we felt in love with what they were doing at that time, so we decided just get on board. Yeah, that's how EggForceNFT was born.
G, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, like Melody says, that we almost develop and build the communities like 1 year. Like 1 year before, we have nothing, we have no followers, no communities, but until now we have quite small but strong communities. So that's our base for develop further milestone.
Can you touch on, let's say if I'm brand new, right? I go on your website, there's eggs, there's hammers, there's dragons. Can you kind of tie all that into what the project is? What's the plan?
So when you buy an egg, you will buy like literally like a rock egg, and with that energy, you will level up like step by step from rock to silver to gold and platinum, and then your final product will be like a dragon. Yeah, basically you bought an egg, but your main NFT after like when you finish the hatching is a dragon. Yeah, so the egg will transform in every level. And when you stack, you will receive regular rewards from our validators. And in the meantime, you also receive a special energy. We call it EggForce, like Calista cryptocurrency. It's called SNC. So when you got the SNC, you claim it to XP to level up your eggs.
Gotcha. So you'll buy an NFT egg. Is that what the first step is? And you level them up by staking to set validators on the Calista world. You gain sort of like an XP, and from there you can level up your egg and produce those various dragons, right? There's different types: elemental, fire. Or
there are 5.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. I want to go back to one question. And one of the things that I like to do is just be very transparent, right, with the community. And the whole term NFTs has sort of a negative connotation because of the mainstream media, but most importantly, because it's, I mean, we got to admit, right, there's still a lot of fraud or a lot of deceptive teams out there in the crypto space, right? So how are you guys working towards creating a more positive and transparent environment with the community that assures them? Because, I mean, you guys have a very growing community. You must be doing something right.
Yep. In terms of transparency, right? So first of all, we are always update the latest information of the project on Discord. If we have any update and any idea, we just write there, and we ask the community for the feedback and for the comments. So by on that comments, we will build the next features for the community. Yeah. So we want to like create the process based on community's ideas. Somehow they feel that this project is belong to them. It's not belong to our team or anyone. Belong to the community. Yes. And because we build by on the blockchain, so every transaction and every money flows is there. So it's super transparent. So they can just trade the money flow. For example, we already run the donation campaign. For the communities. The community can go there and track how we use the fund and how we deliver the fund.
That's amazing. That's cool to hear. As more and more NFT projects come on, right, it's very easy to kind of just get lost in the sea of different projects that are just surfacing. I know you kind of touched this a little bit early on, but what was the goal, the vision that was set out when you guys created the project that sort of makes you stand out from just another project on the market?
So back to our idea, because you know that when I come to the blockchain, right, so my friends, my child, and my grandparents also asking what is blockchain, and
it's very
and what is stacking, blockchain, what is stacking. So I just thinking how I can explain them about the blockchain, how blockchain works, how the stacking works. So we come up with the idea that we create a very simple and easy to play mechanism. Even when you had an egg, right? So you just had it. It means you stack your cryptocurrency into your egg, and it's become bigger and it's level. Yeah. So our idea is create a education project that can attract more end user come to the blockchain and come to Casper. Yeah, so far we have many totally new user for Casper, and we successfully educate them to buy a CSVR, to stack a CSVR.
Gotcha.
This is the standing bond. This is our unique bond compared to the other NFT project.
Yes, it's very story driven, right? So chapter 2 is coming out quarter 3 of this year. So when you guys begin chapter 2, right? So it's very story driven. It evolves as the story goes, and it's very community driven as well. And I think with any NFT projects, right, the more the users, the community actually utilize and take advantage of all the different features that the utilities you guys provide, that's what's going to make the project grow overall, right?
Yeah.
So for viewers out there, this team, the Casper, the EggForce team, getting ahead of myself, is also the team behind the Casper Dash wallet. So this is also a very solid wallet on the Casper public blockchain, by the way. If you're looking for a new wallet, wanting to diversify, what kind of integrations aside from Casper Dash project are you guys currently working on or looking to accomplish within the near future?
Everybody knows that Casper Dash is behind the team, but right now, of course, I would like to say that remind that we, EggForceNFT, Callisto World, have just integrated a whole new wallet from Meg team, which is also one of our partners, the Casper wallet. Yeah, it's run great, and we got a lot of great feedbacks from our users.
That's great. So the new Casper wallet,
the newest integration. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's really cool. Any future plans of working with different partners or different projects within the ecosystem?
If you guys have watched the latest Twister spray with Casper, you heard about the CSVR market?
Yeah.
Also developed by the Mac team. Yeah, so we already have the term with them. So we are one of the first NFT project we'll be listing on CSVR market. So I think it's great news for user and for community. So you can trace and
you can trade whenever you want. It will be very helpful for EggForceNFT as well, because we're almost enter a public round as well. Like we're listed on CSVR.market, and public round it's going to be run at the same time, the end of May or the early June.
Gotcha. So you build a project you get users to use it, and then you have to also sustain that project. You kind of touched on it a tiny bit there, but can you touch on the revenue model, or how you guys plan to create sustainability for the project? I know that you guys sort of launched in a bear market, come a bull market. What are the plans?
You know that we almost runs like 1 year, so we don't want to stop there. We want like at least 5 years for this project. So we need to find out the strong revenue model. Like the other NFT project, we have direct money flow from egg selling, from the NFT loyalty fee. This means when users transfer or trade the egg on the secondary NFT marketplace, our project will have income. Yeah, the third one is E2C on the Catalyst world. So we have the marketing markets for validators, so they can put their brands on the map. Then the hasher and user can see them and stack CSVR with them. For the marketing markets, we almost sold out for the Syrian. So until now, we have like more than 10 validators on XFRONTIER.
And do you guys plan on adding more validators, or reached out to different?
Yeah. After the public rollout, so we want to launch the gamification launchpad. It means like the brands for fashion and restaurants, they want to come to us because our strong communities, they can run the gamification campaign on the XFRONTIER. It means they need to hire and rent the land, and we do the gameplay for them. So actually can play and earn the voucher from the Web2 brand.
It will also help our landlord validators become like more specific, like be more specific and drag more users to stack.
Gotcha. So you bring benefits to the Casper blockchain as well, right? To attracting more users.
Like for the revenue model, I think people forgot one thing that like we also have branding. Like we will customize. We just received a few requests from our users as well. So as like customized X NFTs and customized dragons. Yeah. So I would say that one of our income. Yeah.
So that's a paid service that the user will want to get a customized egg or dragon.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that going to be something they're able to get a legendary dragon, or is that also just via randomized through the process of evolving?
If you want to get the legend dragon, right? It depends on your egg level. I mean, if your egg level is platinum, you will have a higher chance to rock the legend dragon.
Yeah.
So it's kind of randomized with the prioritized.
Okay, so it's not like someone could just come in and pay you guys for a legendary dragon and then go on the secondary market and then just flip it, right? Okay. What are the future plans for the community? What can they expect? There's a lot of things happening on the Casper blockchain. Is the roadmap for this year, is that still pretty spot on? Because I was taking a look at it. It seems like you guys are kind of nil on there.
Actually, we still want to build a bigger and strong and loyal community for Casper in general and EggForceNFT in particular. Building a strong community and educate new users, what we're focusing on our upcoming and maybe also our vision in the future plan as well. Do that to educate and build. EggForceNFT would like to contribute a little bit to Casper through first some features and the mechanism. Like first, we already released the hatching, and second, we're gonna release the merging eggs, like same elements, and merge it into one more beautiful and high level. Yeah, so that will be like it will help you to level up your eggs like faster, and it will be more fun visually. Together with that, it will have consistency with the story as well. We said that we released chapter, I would say that's pretty slow, I guess. Yeah, the time we released the next chapters of the story is quite slow. Yeah, but we have the whole plot right now, so just want to say, so hatchers, let's follow us for more.
And this is probably a very silly question on my part, but is the story evolves, but does that evolve directly or in some way indirectly because of the users themselves, like depending on what side they choose in terms of how the story does that affect the story?
How is it? Is that you play?
Or how are you guys playing? Do you guys have it written out, or is it just evolving as you guys go?
Yeah, you're right. So after you have a rival, you need to choose your side. So the story will practice and followed by user decision. So it means we have two sides. But the other side have like modern dragons and
like different clans.
Yeah,
they're
different
they're living in different lands. Dragon clans, two dragon clans living in different lands with different environments.
Okay.
so the story is slightly different because of users' choice. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's a story. You start off with an egg. You can level it up. The end result is to get a dragon, and there's a gamification portion of this coming. You guys want to start and showcase the demo? What do you guys? Is it a hatching demo?
It's a hatching demo.
So I will show you guys a video demo of how you can mint the egg and how you can hatch the egg.
And for our viewers, we'll start taking questions once they're done with the demo.
Welcome to EggForce the Hatcher's Guide. Connect your Casper wallet to begin. In order to mint eggs, a hammer NFT is required. Once you have it, proceed to the minting process. You can verify the transaction through CSPR.live tab. If your NFTs doesn't show up after this process, just reconnect your wallet. Now you can see your minted NFTs. These eggs belongs to one of the 5 elements: fire, water, earth, wood, and metal. Each has a unique ability. Choose an egg and click hatch. Staking is a fundamental aspect of these eggs. By partnering with a validator, your egg will earn SNC and EXP that can be used to enhance its abilities and values. Verify the staking operation by clicking on the CSPR.live tab. You can also check your wallet for the staking details. Now, repeat the process for the unhatched eggs. If you want to change validator, you need to unhatch the eggs. Unhatching will undelegate the eggs from the current validator. Just click unhatch and confirm. Your NFT is now unhatched. Hatching eggs displays a green flashing light. Once enough time has passed, you will be able to redeem your SNC for EXP. The more you stake, the faster you earn. Your egg has just been upgraded.
If you think about it, guys, like look at where we're at, and just in terms of blockchain, in terms of where Casper's at. Casper's very young. As I was watching the video, I was thinking, man, there's gonna be a day where all this stuff is gonna be so sort of user intuitive, and it's gonna be a lot simpler to get through things like this. But it just shows you how early we are in supporting some of these early projects on Casper. So we'll move on to some questions here. So we have one here from Duong Li. Is there any difference in the position of validators on EggForce's map? Because the locations seem different.
Yeah, there's a difference between the location of F4 validator. So if the F4 validator lens is near the 7 trees,
nearer to the Selvin tree, the SNC, the energy boost will be a little bit higher than the validator's land that a little bit further.
All right, so I think we kind of touched on this a bit, but I want to honor the question that's here. Aside from earnings, the project needs to be interesting for it to succeed. So how are you planning to maintain support and interest in the long run?
In terms of my view, because I'm a project manager, so I think we need to definitely scale the team. So we are in the process to add more community manager, so we can have enough people to manage the communities. So the most important part here is how we can train the new members to join our team. So I already did the ambassador program. So it's a place where we can raise more insight for the new member, or even for the community can join us, then we can develop more and more strong community.
It's kind of like I agree with that, because in the because we would like to say that we're like our team EggForceNFT our team is based out of Vietnam and Singapore, and like we join a lot of groups and gather their ideas, and we did receive a lot of concerns that how EggForceNFT is gonna benefits to users the first, and how the gamification, how the mechanism is gonna help us to maintain the how to keep it
Make it inspiring, right?
yeah, how to make everybody being active every most daily. Yeah, we thought about it a lot. First, we would like to build more we would like to drag more users coming is the most important thing. And the second, we would like to from now on gathering more users ideas, opinions, and we will build the game, the gamification, the mechanism more interesting, more fun and maybe a little bit challenging task for them to do it daily, and maybe some events campaign, we would like to bring what they need. And right now we kind of think that we understand from our loyal hatchers, from our loyal community, we kind of understand what they need, and we're following it. We have a plan. We already have a plan together with building the story, and we're sure that they will be surprised daily. Yeah, they're going to be surprised.
I think that's really cool. Just because the whole theme about blockchain is decentralization, community-driven things. So going through the community route, I think is going to be very beneficial to a lot of projects. It's just my opinion here. We have another question here by Lemo. After hatching the egg into a dragon, what comes next? And does having multiple dragons, will it be beneficial in the future, or is one dragon enough?
So if we answer this question, it would be a hint, right? And no more surprise. But I believe because our users in Casper network really surprised us, because just a little bit story. Because at first we released the hatching process for the staking CSPR to level up the eggs on April 9th, and at first we calculated that users just stack very eventually, so it will take around at least a month or 2 months for them to hatch them to the highest level, is the platinum level. But they did surprise me, because some users just they stack a lot, which means our hatchers are strengthening Casper network by hatching a lot, staking a lot CSPR.
Yeah.
Within 10 days, within 10 days, they reached the highest level. So I think at this time we need to speed up to release the dragons. There are special benefits based on the dragon's level. It's going to be dragon level or rarity, right?
Yeah,
dragon rarity.
So
benefits are different between dragons clans and dragons rarity,
and after you have dragon, you need to at least 3 dragons to form the team or the army. Then can work with the players or the archers.
We do some smashing.
Matching with the other team.
So there's going to be more. There's going to be more after dragon.
Yeah,
It doesn't just
more.
stop there, and you've made it, right? And then his second question was, is one dragon enough? I think we can all make the assumption that these things, as much as that there's regulations and everybody's from probably different countries here, that the whole investment contract thing is something that there's scrutiny for, right? So take that with a grain of salt. But will these things be better if you have 1 or 10? It just depends on how the community grows and what value becomes, right, over time. Tea time. I don't know if that's a question. Maybe you can ask them in their Telegram, but I'll bring it up. And if it's something that I think this is a Telegram question that's more directed at his situation. So he's currently hatching, or she, multiple eggs and staking all of their CSPR on the same validator. If they undelegate their CSPR by unhatching, how can they be sure that the CSPR that's undelegated is the CSPR that they staked to unhatch?
Technically, when you hash or unhash via the F4 validator, it's almost same with you stack CSVR in many ways. Like you can stack it's the same when you stack on CSVR.live or any Casper wallet. We don't use another techniques or another smart contract to handle this. So we just based on the stacking mechanism of Casper network. You can don't worry about how your Casper will almost same like delegate, almost same like delegate and delegate action on Casper network.
I think if you still have questions, T10, definitely hit up their Telegram. If you have any last questions, drop it in. But I'm going to summarize 2 questions here from a few folks here regarding benefits. Can you give an example of one benefit? And we'll summarize, right? So the whole thing is about benefits. The first question was, will they get extra rewards for staking their CSPR because they hold an EggForceNFT? And then if you can kind of tie it into that, like what other benefits can they bring?
You can see that we have lots of F4 validators on the market. So if the validator want to attract more hatchers, so they need to collab with us and run the marketing campaigns to like get more benefit like CSVR,
CSVR, or even like
the stacking fee, lower stacking fee. So this is the most interesting part of F4 validators. This means they must compete with the other to attract more hatchers. So this means we bring more benefit to hatcher via validator.
I can give you an example. In February this year, we ran a campaign with Origin Stake, like we call it a free mint. If hatchers join our private rounds and like they stack with Origin Stake and join EggForceNFT private rounds, they will receive like a free XNFT. Of course, CSVR, and at that time, Origin Stake even offered them like 1%, I guess, I can't remember correctly how many percent, like revenue. Yeah, they even received like some percent of Origin Stake revenue.
So outside of like staking, is there a benefit to holding an NFT?
Yeah, this is one benefit. So after you have Raven, you have more utilities because our Raven is linking with the Web2 brands. So if you have like Legend or Cigarette, you have to receive the vouchers from our partners. Like you go to shopping or restaurant, you can get the discount voucher. If you have Raven, you have a discount from them.
Gotcha. And are these partners announced, or is that something users will know who they're getting these benefits from?
Yeah, sure. We already have a choose Web2 company enterprise who want to join us. So hope we can announce it.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting to hear that. So 2 questions. These are the last 2 we're going to take. Getting the first like 50 eggs, first 100 eggs. The users who purchase these eggs, right? Are they going to have some sort of a benefit or some sort of VIP attached to it for being the first?
I think I can say that reason why we have choose beta routes is closed beta and open beta. So at this beta routes, we want to attract the loyalty users to come with us and help us to give feedback for the mechanism hatching emerging. So they can earn the benefit from us is they have one of the first user can hatch the egg. The sooner you hatch, the more rarities of the egg you have, then you can trade with the other guys and profit from this part.
First, OG status of supporting the EggForce project, and that is the Selvin hammers. Aside from being a whitelist NFT symbol, is there any more plans for the hammer NFT?
Yeah, first of all, the hammer is the whitelist, and usually for beta rounds, for 2 beta rounds.
Yeah.
And if you have the hammers, the whitelist, then you can purchase X with better price, of course. And with the hammer, you can join our channel. We have a special channel called Hammer Club, only for like hammer owners, hodlers. Yeah. And in that channel, we will like release like the soonest, before we announce on our social channels, media channels, we will announce in the Hammer Club channel first. And like hammer hodlers can take a chance to get more rewards, more benefits from us. And the third, of course, with when you hatch the egg to platinum level, and before you can witness your dragon, you need a hammer to break the eggs. Yeah, with the hammer and you break the egg, like the higher chance, as we calculated, that will reach 32% higher chance to get the rare dragons. That's the utility of the hammer.
Okay, hope you guys heard that. Well, thank you, Melody and G, for being on here. I should actually say the opposite, for having me on here because of the technical difficulties we had. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize, but we are running out of time. But yeah, looking forward to catching up with you guys again and seeing any updates, especially on the enterprise you mentioned you guys are bringing on for benefits. Looking forward to that. All right.
Yeah, and from our side, we would love to send you a really big appreciation, like really grateful to have you with us. Like our first time ever live, anyway.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking the first time. This is my first time being on live, and you just kind of forget that you're on live, and I'm just kind of focused on talking to you two here. But yeah, give it up for them, guys. They were a bit nervous, but I think they did a phenomenal job. And again, thank you for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.